Given her fourth place finish at the national championships, can Briana Williams still emerge as Jamaica's next big sprint queen? Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. And now go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we can continue to grow. When you do that, go in and hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop a video at least once a day here on Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit that like button. And finally, leave your thoughts after this sports analysis where we take a look at and we break down the races. So, when ready? Yep, good to go. In recent years, the remarkable and talented Briana Williams has emerged as one of Jamaica's greatest young sprint finds. However, in the recent national championships in the women's 100-meter finals, she failed to finish in the top three. Does this mean she may not become the sprint queen we all anticipate?
Williams, Ramona Burchell, Janelle Smith, and Kemba Nelson.
In the set position once again.
Set.
And away. Final time, and now Briana Williams got a great start. Sharika Jackson is running superbly as well. Elaine Thompson-Hero will have to come from behind. Kemba Nelson is finishing fast and furious. Sharika Jackson produces a big performance. 10.78 seconds. She upsets her more fancied 100-meter rivals. 10.77 for Sharika Jackson. 100.
Now, we admit that her fourth place finish was somewhat of a disappointment to even us. However, there are massive positives to this particular race. Briana Williams literally got out of the blocks before anyone else and led for the first 50 to 60 meters of this race. This is a huge improvement on her start, which is a direct result of her improving her personal best over the indoor 60 meters from that originally, I think it was 7.19 down to 7.04. This is a huge step forward for the 20-year-old. She literally led that race for the first 60 meters. That to me was a huge and big deal. One of the first reasons why we think there's no need to panic. The number two reason why we here at Peter Lloyd World believe that she's still on her way to becoming the next big thing out of Jamaica in terms of a sprint queen is that she has improved her PB from 10.97 to 10.94 in that finals. That's a huge deal and a huge mark. Of course, the other runners, Sharika 10.77, Kemba, remarkable improvement 10.88, and of course Elaine Thompson-Hero 10.89. That's a huge deal and it should not be taken lightly. And I'm taking nothing away from these other three unimaginably talented athletes. But I'm saying to you, the fact that she has improved her PB again in such a short period of time is a huge deal. Now, we saw her equal her PB at the Jamaica College Stadium recently in the finals. Of course, I'm referencing her previous personal best over the women's 100 meters, which was 10.97, as I just said. Now, I understand why some Jamaicans are, worried about Briana Williams, but there are aspects to what's been happening that we have not considered. One of the things that we have to talk about is the fact that she was injured recently and didn't run for the entire May, started back in June. When she ran her first race, she did very poorly, and one should not have expected anything. She really was running for an entire month, and that's a huge layoff for an athlete. And then, of course, after running, I believe that 10.97, we saw her in that race against I'm so sorry, people. Shakari Richardson and Aaliyah Hobbs, where I think she placed sixth, and she just didn't seem to spark. In other words, it appears to us in that race that in the last 30 meters, she seemed to lose steam. But again, we are aware that there are some issues with this young lady that most of you are not aware of. Now, in this USA FT NYC Grand Prix 100-meter finals, she came fifth and ran 11.11, which was a far cry from the 10.97 that she had ran at JC Win the Legal, I think the week and 2 weeks before. So I was kind of wondering, what was going on. However, in an interview right after this race, she explained that she was still working out a few kinks that herself and her coach were working on. She saw what she needed to fix, etc. And I mean, that's another thing that we have to understand regarding athletes. Sometimes the instruction from your coach is not to win. Sometimes the instruction from the coach is to do this, do that, do this. And I know that might sound strange to the average lay person, but that's what coaching is about. You're working on different things and different aspects of the athlete. Now, of course, this is just my 2 cents. On a personal level, I really don't think there's much to worry about regarding Briana Williams. The fact of the matter is she ran and came forth in possibly the fastest and most competitive of all the national championships across the globe with women in 100 meters trying to get to the World Championships. She was able to make the team as an alternate, and she did run a new personal record of 10.94. I know that she was having some issues in terms of her back injury a little before May, into May, and right after May. And she suffered some ring rust, which is why I believe she performed the way she did at Prefontaine Classic and a few of these other races. Of course, when she comes to Jamaica, she tends to deliver because, we are very demanding here. So the fact that, to me, she was able to deliver that 10.94 says to me that she's still on her way, and there is absolutely no need to panic. Now, if she was not able to break that 11-second barrier, then okay, we'd be worried. Also, secondarily, I don't think she's anywhere near her peak. She's going to be peaking a little later in the year. She seems to be improving at a very consistent rate, which is a healthy thing. We have to remember that she's 20. She's highly accomplished. Her past accomplishments speak for themselves, and the fact that she came forth in the most competitive of all the national championships 100-meter finals for women thus far this year says a lot. 10.94, people, is no joke. Now, she just happened to have been in a race with 3 other young ladies who were just faster, way faster on the night. And that includes Kemba Nelson, which was a pleasant surprise to many. So on a personal level, I do not think, you all know that we push this young lady a lot. And it's not simply because we think she's a nice person. It's because the statistics tells us that everything is in front of her. We see it as clear as day. We see the talent. Of course, Briana and her team does have work to do. Clearly, her leading for that first 60 meters means that she needs to work on her sprint endurance. She needs to work on the stamina, maybe throwing it through 400 meters, etc. I mean, I'm no great coach, but that 100-meter final said to me, with her leading for the first 60 meters, that she needs to improve the last half of her race. I think most of you would agree with me 1,000%. But I'm certain that Atto and her team are fully aware of this, and they have a plan in place to work on these things. So what I'm saying is, I don't think there's any need to worry or panic. I believe that Briana Williams will still emerge as one of the greats. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Of course, that's just my 2 cents. Now, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Leave your thoughts. Remember, you're royals, kings and queens. Bless up!